Hi, speech students from speech class. Hi, Mike Joswiak. I'll be your instructor for the day. Hey, we're working our way up the 6 steps to building any speech anytime, and I couldn't be more excited. Yum. Okay, we chatted about steps 1, steps 2, and parts of steps 3. Step 1, determine the general purpose. Ask, why am I giving a speech, so that you know there are only 3 possibilities for that general purpose. We mix them together, but if you boil it down, a comedian's job is to entertain. A salesperson's job is to persuade. A teacher, I'm going to give you information. I'm going to inform. I'm going to inform you. Ooh. So let's get to that information for today. Step number 2 that we talked about was to determine who the audience is. Who am I speaking to? Because you know what? I'm going to decode. No, I'm going to encode differently depending on the audience's ability to decode. That's what I was going to say. It's kind of early here in Tennessee. Here's the thing. I'm going to encode differently depending on the demographics of my audience. How old are they? How educated are they? Will they all get my plumbing jokes if I talk about sockets and sprockets? We talked about that. The third question, what am I going to talk about? The third question, sometimes that's handed to you. Sometimes that's handed to you. You know, hey, Johnson, discuss the sales figures with these, these men and women from the East Coast. All right, but sometimes it's just like, hey, we get to invent that sometimes. So let's invent it now. Because my first speech, the first major speech for this class is the no researched informative speech. So it can be about any topic you want, but there's a method to this madness. All right, so hang on, grab your notebooks, let's write some stuff down. All right, select and narrow the topic. Select and narrow the topic. Again, you can't talk about all animals. That would take a bazillion minutes, and we have 5 minutes. You can't talk about all cars, all things World War II. You can't. You just can't. You got to think about how to narrow that topic. All right, here we go. Don't forget, the very first thing is that you have to care about it. You have to care about it. You have to know some stuff about it. And then we're going to narrow it down so that you have a 5-minute scenario. Here's a major hint for the rest of the semester. Think about that 5-part essay, that we've come to know and love. Your English teachers have jammed that at you, trust me, because it's on the it's on the state testing docket, So why? Oh, now we care. There's a state test, all right, but it's a good skill, and it will be what we use to write every speech for my class. There's going to be an intro. There's going to be 2, 3, or 4 main points, and there's going to be a conclusion. Yay! I'm super excited about that. All right, so how do we narrow it down to a thesis statement that is very narrow, that we can write in 2, 3, or 4 main parts about? Well, here's how. First of all, I'm going to have you do a funnel page for me. A funnel page. That is a page where you draw a funnel. You draw a funnel on a page. Here, I'm going to drop one in, and you're going to get to look at it. Here's a blank, an empty funnel. Notice the shape of the funnel, big, giant topics up at the top. And then we're going to do something. We're going to do something called a mind map. A mind map to get a topic that maybe we've circled, we love a topic. We're going to get a 3-part, very narrow speech from a very broad topic like animals. We're going to drop a very narrow topic out of this thing using the funnel page, and the mind map. All right, so let's talk about the funnel page. In that blank funnel that you should have already drawn in your notebooks, draw it if you haven't. Pause, draw it. All right, good. All right, now here's the dealio. I'm going to start dumping into that funnel things that I know a little bit about, that I love, that I do. Okay, here's a couple of examples from my funnel pages. Look at all the things. Oh man, oh look, cars, travel, and the boundary water canoe area wilderness. That's what BWCA stands for. Look at all the rest of the stuff in that funnel. I could give speeches on this. I could give speeches on scuba diving. I could give speeches on skiing. I could give speeches. Oh man, I could give speeches on Grand Marais, Minnesota for sure. What a great place in the world. All right. I could talk to you about the things that I know about and care about. All right. Here's another example. Of my funnel page. Now, these are mine. You do you. If you don't ski, if you don't scuba, don't put skiing and scuba in your funnel. You do you. If you bake great chocolate chip cookies, put chocolate chip cookies in your funnel. If every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday at your house and you're in charge of making tacos, and everybody says, "Oh no, Tina, you're making tacos because you're great," put tacos in your funnel. Babysitting, you're fleet farming, okay? Put it in your funnel. All right. Now here's the reality. Once you have that funnel filled up with good stuff, with fun stuff, we're going to switch now. We're going to go to a mind map, a map of the one that you pick to transfer from that funnel page to this new process called mind mapping. And it's a messy thing. Look, now I've circled the boundary water canoe area wilderness, and I've taken that out, I've taken that out of my funnel, and I have inserted it into the middle of 2 pages of my notebook. Just write it down in the middle and circle it. From there, you just do this data dump, like, and you think about everything. In my case, because I'm going to write this speech with you. Speech class, listen, we're doing it together. All right, in my case, I'm going to take boundary water canoe area wilderness, plunk it in the middle of that mind map, and look at all the spider webby lines. Take a look at this thing. Look at all the spider webby lines coming from that boundary waters. Look, I've got routes, and I've got routes out of Ely, and I've got routes out of Grand Marais. Look at the routes out of Grand Marais. I've got Seagull Lake, I've got Saginaw Lake, I've got Round Lake. Don't spell. Don't even write the whole words. This is for you. It's not for me to grade in an English class. Just go fast as you can. Look, I've got packs. I've got canoes. The 3 types of packs are the gear pack, the personal pack, and the food pack. There's 3 types of canoes. Wow, that sounds like a 5-part essay. The 3 types of canoes available to the boundary water traveler. All right. We'll take a look at the messy mind map here. And then here's what you're going to do. You're going to think to yourself, now I've got a narrow speech here about routes in the boundary waters. I could talk about my 3 favorite routes in the boundary waters. I also have a speech here about the different types of canoes. That could work. But then I tell you what, as soon as it fell out of my pencil, as soon as it fell out of the end of my pencil, I knew what I was going to talk about. As soon as I started jotting it down, I'm going to talk about how to pack for the boundary waters, the 3 packs that are needed for every boundary water traveler. And my main points, think about this now, please, 5-part essay, my Roman numeral 1, my Roman numeral 2 and 3, they're going to be those 3 packs. Listen, eventually we're going to get to the thesis statement. There are 3 packs needed to travel in the Boundary Water Canoe Area Wilderness. Then I'm just gonna layer it in. Roman numeral 1. The first pack needed to travel in the Boundary Waters is the personal pack. That's when I'm going to talk about my pants and my shirts and my shoes and my footwear. You know, my tivas and my boots. I'm going to talk about the things that are in that personal pack. A book, believe it or not, a book, or 3. or 5. And then I'm going to shift gears later in the speech. The second pack needed to travel in the Boundary Waters is the food pack. And guess what? I'm going to talk about lunches, dinners, breakfasts, okay, in a very succinct order. We'll get to outlining. It's not a swear word. We'll get to outlining later in life. Okay? You can smell this all coming if you think about it. First, big, broad topics in the funnel page, like cars and travel and animals. Then we're going to lift out animals and we're going to put it in a mind map. And then we're going to go crazy, blah, everything, just write it down. And then you're going to step back and you're going to look at it and you go, wow, there's a lot right here with this Bengal tiger because I really love the Bengal tiger. I know a lot about it. No research. I know a lot about Bengal tiger. You know, I did this project. I have one at home in the garage. Okay. And at that point, you drop it out and you get a thesis statement. Okay. What falls out of the bottom of the funnel is pseudo-thesis. Okay. The Bengal tiger has weird mating habits. Boom, done. 3 parts. The first weird mating habit, right? And the second and the third, okay? The 63 Impala Super Sport is the best car ever made. And then you layer in the 4 reasons. 5-part essay, 3 main points, 2, 3, or 4. Modify it. Modify 5-part essay. Do the same thing for college. Hey, listen. Here's what you owe me now. This is what you owe me. Does this sound like an assignment? It is. You owe me a funnel page, with all the things you know and love in that funnel page. You watched a movie 82 times, put that movie in the funnel page. You watched it enough to memorize some of the fun lines, put it in the funnel page. Again, you're a fleet farmer or you work at the pizza ranch, put it in the funnel page. Let's pretend you absolutely fundamentally love sushi and you know 3 great sushi restaurants in the Twin Cities like Sajiya on Grand Avenue. Oh my God. Okay, put it in the funnel page. Just go, right. You owe a funnel page to me and then a mind map, just like these. Watch again. Here's what I would turn in. Funnel page. Pausing for dramatic effect. Mind map. Okay, do them. And we'll talk about how I'm going to collect those here in the next video.